Hi, my name is Garrett Christopher. This is my YouTube channel, Garrett's Sports Take. I've got two more of these. There's Garrett's Take, and there's Garrett's Movie Take. The Movie Take, I talk about movies that I really love, and Garrett's Take, I talk about more serious stuff. I haven't done one on that channel for a couple of weeks now, but I did speak with someone just recently, and I think we're going to have a ride-along scheduled. What I'm talking about on that channel is homelessness, and I think I'll be doing a ride-along with a team that goes out and talks with the homeless people in my community. So that's going to be exciting, and I'm going to see what I can do to help in my community with that situation that every community has. Please visit my website, GaretChristopher.com. You'll find out more about me. I'm a self-published author. I've got a 5th book coming out. It is part 1 of a sci-fi series titled The Takeover. An audiobook will come along with that. I'm hoping for a Halloween release. Things have moved along pretty well at this point as far as finishing up, and got the cover designed in record fashion, and the person who did it for me just did an excellent job, and yeah, things are moving along real well. Let's see, I've got a couple of books on Audible. The Takeover will also be available on Audible when I get that going. Again, I'm looking for a Halloween release 2021. And what else do we have? Podcasts on Soundcloud and Spotify. I'm sorry, I got crows behind me here. At least they're not vultures. On Soundcloud and Spotify. And yeah, so check, hey buddy. So check things out for me. Okay, this right here is a Lakers review. So we're going into the 2021-2022, that's gonna be irritating. Seriously? 2022 season, and the Lakers have not won a preseason game yet. By the way, so I had planned on doing this preseason talk, with a friend of mine, Aaron, I've mentioned before on this sports channel. And we were supposed to get together because he's a huge Lakers fan, just like I am. And he has great insight. For a young kid, he has really great insight. My friend's leaving now. And I thought we would talk about it. And I'll have a lot of fun. He's very animated, and thought we'd have a lot of fun. He dogged me. He stopped communicating. We were supposed to meet up last Sunday, kind of at a mutual point, and talk about the Lakers and what we think for the season, and kind of do a preseason, review. And he hasn't answered my calls. First we were talking about where we're going to meet, what time, and all of a sudden, nothing. So Aaron, I hope you're okay. But if you are okay, I don't really care, because you dogged me out, and I don't appreciate it. Are you afraid to be on camera? Who cares? You're with me. God, if I can do this, anybody can. Okay. So, all right, there's my plug for Aaron. Okay, so they've not won a preseason game yet. I think we have one more preseason game before the season starts next Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not concerned. I remember Phil Jackson, guru of both the Bulls and the Lakers, never worried about preseason games. Pat Riley, I don't think he did either, truthfully, back in the 80s. That was a long time ago. But yeah, I'm not concerned. Last night was the first time they played Golden State, and last night was the first time that the big three, so Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis all played in the same game. They were up in the first quarter, and then halftime they were down by whatever, and they lost by like 12 points or whatever. I think 111-99, whatever. Yeah, they didn't play the full bench as far as who they're going to have in rotation and that kind of thing. But I think it's going to take time. And Russ's dynamic, playing ability with LeBron, it might not work, to be very honest. LeBron likes the ball in his hand. There's kind of a reason why Russ in Houston with James didn't work so well. They tried to make it work, and I think that Russ did a good job, just like Chris Paul did, of trying to maneuver and work around where they were so used to having the ball in their hands. Now you have this situation where James, and I think James was good as far as giving it up. I think actually he did the best job of the three as far as stepping back and letting the other ones just kind of like take the throttle, and he just be there for the shot and that kind of thing. But it's going to take time. I think the defensive rotations are going to take time. Even though you have some guys coming back that have been there before, a couple years ago, Dwight Howard being one of them, Kent Bazemore way back in the day. But the schemes are different under Frank Vogel, and whatnot. So I have not really looked at the schedule to see who they're playing coming in, because I don't think it really matters who they're playing. I think what matters most is that they just get stuff together. So truthfully, I could see going in, 25 games in, that they're 12-13, 13-12, and everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh. I don't care if they win 50 games. I don't care if they're the 6th seed. They're going to be a monster. If they're healthy, you got AD, you got LeBron, those two, even without Russell, you're going to be a monster, right? So we'll see. Now, of course, they've had a couple of injuries. So just recently, so let's see, what do we have? Trevor Ariza is going to be out for a couple of months, which is fine because it gives other guys, I think, a chance to kind of get in there. Malik Monk for one of them, Kent Bazemore for another. Wayne Ellington. You know, give those guys a chance to get in there and play. And then when Trevor gets back, then he gets some moments, and you know, kind of he'll be fine. Taylor Horton Tucker, I guess, also had a little bit of a surgery. He'll be out. I'm not sure how long, but he'll be out a little bit of time. That's okay. I kind of liken that to way back when, I think it was it the first year Phil was in LA and Kobe was out for a little bit. He got a chance to just kind of watch how the triangle was being run and that kind of a thing. So in this case, I mean, Taylor is definitely a sponge. He doesn't have that Kobe mindset where he's just like, I'm just gonna just play and do my thing. Trust me, I love Kobe. But we know, you know, that was Kobe's mindset going in. So it was okay for him to be forced to sit. In Taylor's case, he's always listened to LeBron and always been a real good student, and not really force things too much, but he has a lot of talent. But it'd be okay because he's worked and played with LeBron. He's played with AD. So him coming in 5-6 weeks into the season is not gonna be a big deal. And I think, again, it gives other guys a chance, guards especially, to get in and play a little bit and get a chance to play off of LeBron, right? So, you know, for me, what I do going in, you know, whether you have Dwight at the center, you know, starting off, or what have you, maybe him off the bench, and man, who's the other center that we have? Do we bring someone back? Now I can't remember. This is terrible. See, the memory goes. Okay, whoever our center is, we'll have him. AD at the 4, LeBron at the 3, Russ at the 1, and then let's put Kent Bazemore at the 2. Yeah, him or Wayne Ellington, switch off. And just, I think Frank, out of everyone there, Frank has the biggest obstacle in terms of learning what each one's gonna do and what they're gonna do in certain situations. And the guys are all gonna wanna play. I said that early on, the fact that you put all these guys together, they're all used to playing, maybe off the bench, but heavy minutes. You can't give everyone 25, 30 minutes. It's not gonna happen that way. There's be some nights where they won't even play. And now Carmelo has said that, hey, whatever capacity, but at the same time, he wants to play. At the same time, on top of that, I'll say it twice, Carmelo also knows that he wants to be there for the end of the season, right? And so the more you kind of save his legs at his age, same thing with LeBron, the better off. That's what I'm saying. If you go in, learn things, and keep LeBron at, man, 30 minutes would be great. 28, 30 minutes a game would be outstanding for him. Let Russ take some of the load. And I don't care, again, if you're 12 and 13. Get in the playoffs. It'd be great to be a 4 or 3 seed at the very least, so you get some home court advantage. But man, just get in there, because with a healthy team, they're going to be a force. They're going to be a force. Is it just me, or is the NBA this season? You've got Brooklyn in the East, and that Kyrie Irving thing is just, well, he's wacky anyway, right? What an incredible player. But yeah, this, you know, if you don't know, so the vaccination thing, as far as what the team stance is with him and him not taking it and all that kind of stuff, but it's just crazy. But does it seem like it's a little discombobulated? I don't even know if that's a real word, but I've used it forever, so I'm going to use it here. And if you don't know that word, the way it sounds is exactly, the expression is exactly, that gives you the meaning right then and there. I guess a lot of teams are focused and ready to go for the season, but yeah, it seems a little discombobulated for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because of the COVID situation, certain guys wanting to, not wanting to, certain cities, like LA at this point, like you have to be vaccinated to go even see a game and all this kind of stuff, right? But, or maybe I just haven't paid that much attention to it because I'm not really that concerned, because truthfully with the NBA, it's a long season, 82 games is a long season. The playoffs are long after that. So truthfully, until you get into game, you know, halfway through, truthfully, like, who cares? I'll watch some games, but I just want to see this team gel, and the good teams overall just kind of gel and come in there. So yeah, maybe I'll do a follow-up like a month in and talk about some of the moves that were made in the off season and how they're kind of panning out, blah, blah, blah. So we'll go from there. So my Lakers preview is this. I know I've really said a lot of nothing, but the preview is this. Lakerland, don't worry about the Lakers. Aaron, thanks for dogging me. Those are points 1 and 2. And point 3 is this. They're going to be okay. I just don't know if they're going to be outstanding. They're not going to break any records as far as the season is concerned for best season record ever. They're not going to run through, you know, now they could run through 17, 18 games in a row, or be like 16-1 at some point in time, but they've got some things to work out just because of schemes, and more so on the defensive side. And we'll see what happens. All right. I still can't think of who our center is now. So Dwight Howard, I think, is best off the bench with that energy. But who the heck is it? This is terrible, and I'm a Lakers fan. Yeah, right. Okay. Hey, please visit GaretChristopher.com and my other YouTube channels. And please say hello. All right. Hey, enjoy the view. By the way, if you check out my NFL Week 6 preview, Week 6 NFL preview, same spot, because I wanted you to see this backdrop. It's really, really beautiful. Yeah, I got up early just for you, so you can see this. All right. Hey, take care. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.